All right, we just got a little bit of daylight and I want to go right to work trying to get this car to start. And I think it will start because I haven't really shown you guys a lot, but if you notice, there's nothing that appears leaking here. There's nothing that appears damaged in the front end. It all seems pretty good. Maybe some body components are scraped up, scuffed up. The pictures, they looked excellent. These frame rails are straight as an arrow. So this was definitely disassembled. You can also tell whoever did the disassembly did a good job. They taped off connectors. So a professional shop had this car. And you guys know, if you watch my channel, that I like to buy cars that have been professionally disassembled because it means that they took a second look at the car before they decided to total it. Here's where the majority of our damage is. And again, all the little holes in the back here where the spoiler mounts and everything have been taped off, so no access into the car as far as, you know, moisture and all that, even though it's a little dirty inside there. Right here is our damage. So this is basically like where your spare tire sits, and so this just needs to come out and everything should be good to go, I would say. But this car has no power to it whatsoever, likely because it's been sitting at the auction for a long time. So my goal right now is to get inside here. There are a ton of spare parts in the trunk. The battery is located down here, and I've already tried messing around with all this. See, there's your electronic connector in there. I don't think there's any way for me to get into the trunk by just lifting up on this. So, we gotta get back here, get in the back, get to the battery, because that's the only way we're gonna get power to this thing. One of my big concerns about this car being away from me and out of my possession and in yards and all that sort of stuff is that the parts in here are literally thousands of dollars. In the picture, it showed what looks to be a near perfect front bumper with all the grills in it and the camera and everything like that. Each one of those components, if you guys remember on my S3, one grill was 500 bucks, and there's two on the bottom. The major one in the front is over $1,000. So I'm gonna try and remove these things as carefully as possible, and I'll go through anything notable right now. We've got a hatch that I can't get open from the outside. We've got a front bumper right there. See, it says RS7. And then we've got the rear bumper that's got the major crack in it. And yeah, I need to figure out, without ruining this really nice interior, and check these seats out, how to get this stuff out of the car so I can get that lid opened up. And so what I'm hoping for is an emergency release that I can somehow shimmy myself or my arms towards the back and pop this just completely open. I'm only left with one option. You can see the doors open on that side of the car, but the doors are closed, and that's because this piece right here on the side of the trailer is fixed. This one, it pops down to the side, allow me open the doors, obviously, to get in and exit. So I'm gonna try and pop the emergency release latch in the center console of the car. That'll allow me to be able to push the car back, and then I'll be able to open up both side doors, pull all that stuff out of the back, get to the battery. So if you go and here's your front cubby, this little door right here should pop open. Got a little flathead, let's see if it works. Oh, there it goes right there. And then in there somewhere should be, I see it, the emergency release switch. Let me get two hands on this. Change of plans here. I can't get anybody to help me roll this off the trailer this early, so I'm gonna stick a jack in this corner, jack the car up, and I'm hoping it gives me enough clearance to open that rear door over the wheel arch there, and then we should be in business. I can start getting the stuff out through there. So you guys can see the amount of space I'm working with in here. I just got the spoiler right there out of the ground, which was running right where my camera is being held right now. I've got exhaust components and these two massive bumpers. And so yeah, that's what we're working with. By far the heaviest front bumper I've ever held, and it's in really damn good shape. And look, it's got the carbon fiber down here too, which is awesome. It's in great shape. Might need a respray. I mean, maybe just a polish, but I was able to get it out. I touched this trim here a little bit, which is no big deal. I just didn't want to mess up the door. You know, these doors, this carbon fiber is so nice. Okay, the big stuff left here, these exhaust pipes. Then the rear bumper, which the rear bumper is pretty smashed up, but it still has really major pieces in it, like that right there. That's an exhaust tip. There's some sort of light ballast in there, it looks like. All of that stuff is worth a lot of money. So again, it's important that we don't throw any of this stuff away. There is the battery. Oh, I almost just died. Oh, this is, oh man, I just hurt my leg. Okay, all right, I'm in the back of the Audi RS7. Well, before I did this, I really should have got my screwdriver, but here's our battery. This is where our problem is, right here. Look at all this. Since the trunk is pushed in completely, you could see how all of this stuff is just straight up broken. Now, let me see what's going on with this stuff. This latch open? Where's the emergency release? Now what straight up sucks back here is the fact that all of my trim panels are missing. And so hopefully that's only a few trim panels, but I imagine that, you know, each one is fairly costly. So here's what we need to work on here is this battery terminal. We need to pop that off and then get rid of the explosive that kills it in the case of an accident like this one. So in this car, I just got, I thought I was going to have to roll it off to get access to the rear, and so I jacked it up. I got enough space to get in the back and get all the parts out, and now I'm just finagling with the battery. And the thing is, in the crash, it smashed where the battery sits. So the thing that keeps the battery in place is all bent, and it's got the battery stuck. Now, this terminal right here runs to a block underneath this piece of plastic, then goes here and connects to the positive terminal. Since this car was in the accident, it blew that block underneath, so the connection is broken. We need to take this nut off right here, move this terminal over here, then this will have power. However, this battery, I'm sure, is likely dead. I have a brand new battery. But since this whole entire thing is all bent and smashed, and again, I can't figure out how to pop this real easily, and all the trunk shocks are completely disconnected, so I have to find something to prop it anyway. I'm going to go ahead, disconnect that, and then I'm going to grab a pair of jumper cables, run it to a new battery that I just bought, and hopefully that gives this car some sort of power. Alright, this thing is finally out. Here is the explosive underneath, which I'm guessing is dead. Now, you usually have to buy this whole piece from Audi. It's around 300 bucks, but luckily somebody's knocked off just this piece right here. And so you can see right here, your positive goes in right here. It connects through this all the way here. It goes back up and over. Geez, why is it so damn complicated? But definitely is a safety feature, because if this wasn't here and this got crunched as hard as it could, if it didn't kill power to the car running, I don't know about in this case, but you could have some sort of fire. And that's why they do this crazy stuff. Here's our moment of truth. We've got our positive cable here. Now these are probably all accessory wires and stuff, but really I just want to go main positive to main positive on this battery, negative negative on this battery. I've got a pair of jumpers right here, so I'm going to wire this whole thing up and hope that I don't die in the process. It's all hooked up. There was a spark, so we're going to see what happened here. Still no damn power. When I hooked this up a second time, I just heard electrical noises, and I heard that window go down. So let's see what happened. That's a good sign. Let's see. Oh, the window went down, but didn't go back up. Still, that's a better sign than before. Let's see if anything lights up on the dash. Oh, come on, you son of a gun. Let's see if the keys change anything. Alright. Where's the pad to put the key here? There's no power. Nothing. Damn it. I just connected everything in the same exact way it would be connected, bypassing the pad. Oh, here. You hear it? It might be like the system is starting up for the first time. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's the best sign I've gotten so far. So I hooked this all up just like it was supposed to. Just putting the positive to this whole entire thing, hooking all of these wires back up. But yeah, just bypassing the positive from the explosive thing. I don't know what to call that. And then there's my new battery right there. There's the old stuck battery there. Still no power on the dash, which is bad news for me right now, but we're about as close as we're going to get. Those are just running at full blast. Why in the heck are those just running? Oh my gosh, there's definitely an electrical situation here somewhere. This is super sketchy. There's a truck trying to pull this car off. Let's see. Okay, here it goes. Got my foot on the brake at the wheel. Uh-oh. Ooh, we're in. We are in. Okay. My buddy over at the body shop was able to get the latch open, prop all this up for me. Now, I've still got this convoluted setup, and he noticed one big thing, which is this little bracket right here. This was not hooked up between this and this, but he wasn't sure whether it was supposed to be. Let's see here. Okay, thanks, man. Oh, wrong way. It all powered up when I kind of just put my hand on it, the dash and everything. Oh yeah, you don't want to pop something, or I don't blame you. Then we got a problem. Okay, now. So this right here, we're going to put here to here. And then we're going to put this terminal back in. Hold on, let's undo, taking the battery off while I'm doing this because I don't want to die. Now we need a nut, but that's still pretty firm on there. So I just need a 10mm nut. There's some smoke that just came off the battery. You hear all the relays clicking. Oh, look at the dash is lighting up. Whew, we're getting somewhere, guys. The dash just lit up. Let's see what's going on. Key right here. You can hear everything going haywire still. Turn off ignition. All right, here we go. Foot on the brake. Crank, but no start. Well, at least we have power to the car, so I'll be able to scan this for codes, and we'll find out why the car's not starting. But we're getting somewhere. Got a lot of faults, but most of them vehicle lights normal, daytime running lights that's normal, left side, yeah, got it. Okay, showing the trunk open, door open. Now let me see if I can check to see where the oil is on this thing. Please start the engine or the system will be turned off. The thing I'm concerned about is how much oil is in the engine, if any. Oh, my window went up now. That's good. So basically the engine has to be warmed up to see whether the oil level, and this car is one of those cars that is really fun in that it doesn't have a dipstick. So if we go to car systems here, menu, we go to services and checks, and we go to oil level, it says, well, turn the car on, dummy. And so, yeah, the car doesn't want to start. All right, so what we got going on here is a cluster of different things. But let me show you what I did that has got me really giddy and excited. So basically, the guy here at the shop, who's a great guy, went and installed the fuse block that's underneath here. I've shown you guys that before. That blows in an accident. I bought a $13 one off of eBay, and well, it's a knockoff because Audi makes you buy this entire terminal that you see here where all these connections are. This is the main positive cable. Well, that's where the main positive cable goes to. I undid it from there, bypassed and hooked it directly up to all the rest of the connectors. Then I've got jumper cables running to a good battery because this battery is dead. Now, since he replaced this in here, I figured there's no way. I mean, the thing's still not going to start up. I'm going to have to go and diag it and whatever. So I came over here. I gave it one last shot before I went home to go and get some other diagnostic tools, you know, my code reader. Foot on the brake, engine start button. Oh, and the battery's not good enough. You saw me unhook the jumper cable. I didn't think the jumper box had anything to do with it. Let me hook that back up one more time, and then I'll show you. I'm hooking my jumper box back up. That battery that I just showed you in the trunk, the secondary one, I just bought that from the auto parts store, but you saw how this car was running and doing, and I probably had that going for a couple hours, so it's probably a little weak. But that in conjunction with my jumper box, foot on the brake, keys in the pocket, engine start. There she goes. Listen to that. That is a straight piped RS7. There is no muffler whatsoever in this bad boy. And it sounds glorious. Oh my God, what a beautiful sound. Now all we gotta do is take care of airbag light, check engine light, and all the other stuff that's missing. This car's gonna be easy peasy, I think, when we're done. Oh, look, it quiets down. Oh, is it gonna conk out? No, just idling. Beautiful, beautiful Audi, I love it.